way you are. You're amazing, 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 the way you I said I wasn't going to play the guitar, and then I just started. So I ruined his big finale. Give Cole a big hand for me. Got a little carried away. Yeah, that's a Bruno Mars song, and Bruno is from Hawaii originally. Sort of a little nod to Billy Joel too, I think. Sort of a mashup, like my life.
Billy Joel every day.
You know, when I meet new people, and most of you are new people, I guess, I'm always asked these. Well, the first question I'm asked is, "How are you still alive?" That's the first one. But once we get past that, they often ask, "How did you make this transition from singing and acting to writing and producing?" And I always give the same answer. I worked really hard. And I had the perfect qualifications. As producing is basically crisis management. It's fear management. And when you grow up in an insane household like I did, you're eminently qualified to be a producer in Hollywood. In fact, nothing that crosses your path can possibly be more challenging than a crazy father, or a crazy stepfather, or a deceptively crazy mother who doesn't appear crazy to the world because she's so sweet and lovely and everyone thinks she's like the Statue of Liberty. Except that she married two of the craziest men on the planet. So trust me, I'm an excellent producer. I mentioned that I've written some television shows. I've worked on a lot of shows that I'm sure many of you have seen. And I've created a number of cult hits, which is code for canceled quickly. My first show was called American Gothic. And I had a show called Invasion. And I had this show with a young actor we found in Australia named Heath Ledger. A show called Roar. And for the last 5 years, I've been working on a big hit show called New Amsterdam, which is a novelty on my resume. New Amsterdam is a hospital show that actually makes you feel good about being in a hospital. And it happens to be the #1 show on Netflix right now. But as I mentioned earlier, I had another job before I had any of these jobs. I was a magician. True story. From the age of like 12 to 15, I did magic shows all over LA. And one of my first shows was for a little girl named Jennifer Aniston. And years later, I'm at Warner Brothers working on some show, and she's working on this show called Friends, which I hear did very well. And they called me from the production office and they asked if they could use a poster of me for a flashback sequence they were doing on her show. And I said, sure, you can use my poster. And they took it and shot a scene with it. And then afterwards, Jen signed it for me. Dear Shaun, thanks for the awesome magic show. Love, Jen. So even though I couldn't keep a secret, Cassidy still had some stuff.
And he still does.
Do you believe in magic? In a young girl's heart, the magic can free her whenever it starts, and it's magic. If the music is groovy, it'll make you feel happy like an old-time movie. Tell you about the magic in your soul. But it's like trying to tell a stranger about rock and roll. Do you believe in magic? Don't bother to choose if it's drum and music or rhythm and blues. Just go and listen. It'll start with a smile. Can't wipe off your face no matter how hard you try. If feet start tapping and you can't seem to find how you got there. So just blow your mind. Do you believe in magic? Believe in the magic of a young girl's soul. Believe in the magic of rock and roll. Believe in the magic that can set you free. I'm talking about magic. Since I was a little kid, standing in the wings, watching my parents open up these brief, magical windows of enchantment for people. That's what the theater's always been for me. It's like an enchanted land. It's amazing my parents ever found their way there, because neither one of them had any connection to show business. They came from totally different backgrounds. My father's father, my grandfather, was an engineer on the Long Island Railroad. Came from a long line of engineers. For a while, my dad thought about doing that, and then Irish Catholic kid, he thought maybe he'll be a priest. And somewhere on his way to the church, he found Broadway. And it was that. My mom's dad, my grandfather, was a beer salesman from Western Pennsylvania. He used to take my mom along with him on his runs. 5-year-old Shirley Jones would get up at the bar and sing and dance, and the kids sold a lot of beer. Both my parents were blessed with extraordinary singing voices, but neither one of them thought they'd sing for a living. My mom wanted to be a vet. She always loved animals, still does. But one weekend, her parents took her to New York, and her dad heard that the casting director for the legendary Rodgers and Hammerstein was holding open auditions for a touring production of South Pacific, and he encouraged my mom to go. Big hand for South Pacific. When the casting director heard 18-year-old Shirley Jones from Smithton, Pennsylvania, population 600, sing, he invited her across the street to another theater, a different audition. Mom walked in, and there was a full symphony orchestra waiting for her on the stage. And she goes to the mic, she looks out into the house, dark, and she could just make out the silhouettes of these two men who turned out to be none other than Rodgers and Hammerstein. Right? I mean, these are the guys who wrote South Pacific, and Oklahoma, and Carousel, and The King and I, and The Sound of Music, among others. Turns out they were in the midst of a worldwide talent search for the lead in their motion picture version of Oklahoma. Do you know If I Loved You? The composer, Richard Rodgers, called out to my mom. My mom was like, I know the melody, but I'm not sure about all the words. That's all right, said the lyricist, Oscar Hammerstein. I know the words. If I loved you, time and again I'm trying to say, all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words would come in an easy way, round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me, off you would go in the midst of day. Never, never